Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 1st, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's about to hit a small relief rally. Let me explain. In this video, I'm going to explain why. Although I believe that we are in a downtrend, we have hit the top. There is a possibility and a likelihood, given the weekly close, given the daily candles, that we are in a B wave and we are going to hit the end part or the last part of the B wave, the C wave of our initial fall out of the channel. Let me explain. This is not to be misconstrued for further upside action per se, but just a normal ABC correction. I previously thought that we were already in the C wave, but this count makes a lot more sense. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to make an all-time high. We could still make an all-time high, but this is pretty much the top still for me in every kind of scenario. Just looking at the stochastic RSI, which is completely topped out, just looking at the price action, which is very clear, A, right? You get an ABC, an A wave is made up in ABC, right? That's quintessential A, right? That's boom, boom, B, right? A, B, C, right? You always get that initial, do you see this? That initial kind of A, B, C, A, B, C, right? This is your B wave, which is in essentially 1, 2, 3 phases. And then now you're going to get your C. But but this is on the weekly chart. So if you zoom in, you're going to get a little bit more activity. Since this is a daily show, we have to zoom in sometimes and look at more detail. So here on the daily chart, if you see, I heretofore thought that this was a 1, 2, right? But this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all that this is a two-wave correction, right? I no longer think that. This is clearly an A, B, C correction. After 5 waves, always get A, B, C. So on the daily chart, you get A, B, C. That's your A wave, right? And now you get your B wave, which will come like this. Just like you saw the B waves on the weekly chart in a larger time frame, do this A, B, you're going to get a C wave. This C wave is going to come up, and judging by the A wave of this B wave here, I hope I'm not losing anybody. I'm going to label these in a second. Just taking the inverse 1618, we're going to get close to all-time high, I believe, 66,468, about 66.5, I think we're going to hit. So I'm actually going to long Bitcoin to 66.5 for that reason. Okay, and yeah, so I'm not losing anybody. Here's what I'm looking at. There's my A. My B, I think it's going to come to about 66.5. Right here. And then your C wave, okay? Which comes down most likely between the 100 and the 123.6 of your A wave. So it's going to be around here. Something like that, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for Bitcoin in the immediate short term. Still, I, zoomed out onto the weekly, I do not see any further upside action, like in earnest. So when I'm talking about further upside action, I don't mean like the price won't go up a few $100s or a few $1,000s more. No, I just see big resistance here at the all-time high, because if you count this as an ending 5th wave diagonal, right? This is your A wave. This is your B wave. You're going to get a C wave. So this is why I'm not planning any long-term kind of trades on Bitcoin for long positions, right? Rather, I'm planning more to have a downtrending market. And then the second thing is I'm planning to sell all of my assets. I'm still waiting for the top on VRA. Just zoom in on that really quickly. So my predicted top is about 9.5 cents. Let's go in on the 12-hour time frame. And as you'll see, I drew a channel. I did a count within the channel. This seems like the top of the most impulsive wave. So that's 3 for me. That's consistent with my count. 4. And then I think we're in an extended 5th wave, which just counted 1, 2, 3, complex 4, which is currently under, being sort of counted. And that complex 4 can look something like a W, X, Y, and that may have been it. We can also get an X2 and a Z, but for now, it looks like it's just a W, X, Y, and these complex corrections are typical in 4th waves, especially when you get a simple second wave. Right, the simple second wave, because we're in the extended 5th wave. So if you get a simple 2-wave correction, you get it's likely to get a complex wave 4 correction. And the WXY, there's two basic types of complex corrections. There's the double 3 and the triple 3. The double 3 is basically, you count here. Let's zoom in really quickly just to show this. If you're getting value from this, if you're learning something, please smash the like, subscribe, share. Let's go into the 45-minute time frame just really quickly. So basically, these are just 3-wave corrections that you're getting. So they call them double 3 and triple 3. Is because W is consists of A, B, C correction, right? And X is basically 3 waves, but it's kind of like in between the larger corrections. So A, B, C, you can get either a zigzag, a flat, any kind, even a diagonal, or a triangle. You can get a triangle correction in these. It doesn't matter, but they come in 3 waves. So 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves for WXY, and then WXYXZ, also the same thing. And then within these 3 waves, you can get complex corrections. So it gets really complicated. If you master complex corrections, you've pretty much mastered Elliott wave analysis and charting, period. You know where the price is going. You can trade your ass off. But I do think this is WXY. Why? Because we see a sign of strength here. The price pretty much went up quite substantially, confirmed by the volume after the end of this correction. And then now we're just forming a bull pennant. And so if you take this right here, this pennant, and you superimpose it here, you get a target of about 9.59, which is close to what I have in terms of where I want to sell my VRA. I think I have 9.57 or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it for VRA, and this is what I think is the top, given that we're in we're pretty much nearing the end. If you zoom out really quickly, here, let's go auto. You zoom out really quickly, you see that we're also topped out on the stochastic RSI. And last time we were topped out on the stochastic RSI was, again, you see these double tops, right? Because you get your first 5th wave ending, you get your A wave, and then you get your B wave that comes back up again. That was in April, right? It took all the way, so that's April of, or let's see, April of 2021. We didn't reach another top until August of 21. So April, month 4, August, month 8, you do the math, that's about 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, right? Because it was like end of April. towards the end of April. So yeah, 3-4 months. So I don't expect VRA to resurge again for 3 to 4 months, and that's confluent with when I think Bitcoin is going to start turning up again. Okay, so that's VRA really quickly. Let's go back into Bitcoin. Smaller time frame. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what I think. I think we're going to get ABC correction. Why? Or I think we're going to go into a B wave, right? Because this is not a one wave. I thought this was a one wave. That doesn't make sense, given the. It doesn't make sense given the anatomy of this two wave correction. I can go into detail, and I probably will in a second. All right. Also, just judging by the wicks here, the way these candles look, it looks like there's too much buy pressure over here on the 21 EMA, indicating clear kind of uptrend imminent. Okay, and so that's what I'm seeing. But we've clearly broken the channel, right? This uptrending channel. So you have these B waves happening in three waves, right? A, B, C, and this doesn't stop until it breaks the channel, right? So if you're subscribed, you'll know that we track Elliott waves in channels here. Why? Because we've been burned by sort of trying to predict waves through counting alone. You want to count and track the channels, and once it breaks the channel clearly, then you know you're in correction. So this is correction, right? You're on the 21 EMA. You're going to do your B wave. This B wave can, mind you, it can be a number of things. It can be a flat. It can be a zigzag. Why do I think it's going to be a flat and it's going to go to 66? Main reason is a flat only goes between, the B wave of the flat only goes between 0.5 and 618 of the A wave, okay? And so if you take this A wave here, you see that we are right now within that range. We're in the 0.5 and 618 of this A wave, but given the wicks down here and the fact that we're supported on the 21 EMA, it's highly likely that we're going to create a flat, a regular flat. And the regular flats start, the B wave has to come to at least 786 and go up until 90%. And that's another reason why I think if you go to 90%, right, you're not making another all-time high. Do you see that? See, the 886 is pretty close to the 90. So I'd expect the B wave to come over here. Maybe to the 886, that's quite popular. But yeah, anyway, 66, 66.5, something thereabouts. And then you get your C wave, which is impulsive down. All right, so that is Bitcoin. Doing it on the daily. We can zoom in a little more to see everything that I'm talking about. Oh, why did I invalidate my count as 1, 2? 1, because if you zoom in on the daily, where's your ABC? You don't see your ABC correction, right? You need your ABC correction after your 5 waves up. That's 1. 2, it can't be a 1 and 2 because, let's zoom in on the 4-hourly. Okay, if this were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this is the end of wave 1. And wave 2 would then go here. This is actually a pretty good fake out because this wave 2 does not exceed 618. This wave right here, whatever this wave is, does not exceed 618 of this wave, right? So that at this point, I was convinced, oh, we're in clear downtrend, right? The ABC correction after the 5 waves up must have been small, okay? But the issue is all of this price action after this point here says that we're going up higher, right? You have too much buy pressure here. This wick right here is bought up way too quickly. And you can say that it's a complex correction, but it actually can't be. Why? Because we know that complex corrections happen in double threes or triple threes, right? you either get a WXY or WXYXZ. And one of the rules, very few rules, Ralph Nelson Elliott didn't give too many rules on complex corrections, but one of the few rules on complex corrections is that it has to be trending diagonal, meaning the end of X has to be above the starting point of W, the end of Y has to be above the end of X, right? So it's uptrending. Here, you do not have that uptrend in the complex correction if you were to count a complex correction. If you wanted to count a simple or regular kind of ABC correction, it's kind of all over the place. It's a stretch, right? You got your A, your B, God knows what this B is doing. Is it like an extended or a regular flat? And then your C is not really doing, this can't be a C, because C goes 1, 2, 3, but then that 3 should happen in the C. The last wave of C should happen in 5 waves. So this is not it. What makes most sense is that this is an A, you're forming a B, and then you're going to get a C. So that's it from me for today. I hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Like, share, subscribe if you got value, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.